Right, so that was the feed done, and then I had a bit of a gap before getting into this afternoon's training session. I just decided I wanted to get through some overhead squats. Why? No particular reason, I just haven't done any overhead squats for a while. So I was hoping to work up to around about 70 kilos, and I was hoping to do 3 sets of 5. That actually felt not too bad, so I ended up doing one extra bonus set, for want of a better term, at 80 kilos just for 1 set of 5. I was going to stop at 3, but I thought, felt like I could get a couple more, so I did. This part of the session is just me trying to loosen up, warm up a bit. Even though the sun is out, yeah, it's still, well, for me anyway, it's still a little bit chilly, but it was good to get some movements and stuff, and didn't do anything on the treadmill. I just came out here and started loosening up. I did a little bit of ankle mobility and some other knee stuff and some other hip stuff prior to what you see here, but I thought I'll just start the video from here. And to get a little bit more practice in, I'm using the Insta360 X4 camera again. So I've just been trying to go through a whole bunch of tutorials on on YouTube actually, with regards to use of the camera, so I can try and get familiar with this thing. It's a great piece of kit, just super grateful to have it. So I need to just rip the band-aid off, pull the trigger, and start trying to use it as much as I can, even though it's taking me probably 2.5 times the amount of time it usually does to do any sort of video editing, because of the exporting and importing process and the use of the Insta software itself, which, yeah, it says it's super easy and simple, but for me right now it's not that simple and easy. But I suppose it just reminds me of everything's hard until it becomes easy. So I thought the same with regards to using CapCut, which is what I have been using. Right now I'm just trying to learn this Insta360 app so I can do the video footage that I need to. It does seem to take a little bit longer, at least on my laptop anyway, to do the exporting and uploading, maybe because the quality of the footage and stuff that the lens uses or whatever, maybe because it's at high res, and yeah, that's probably why it takes a bit longer. But anyway, first world problems, eh? This next part, still in the warm-up phase, I just grabbed one of the bands or bungees from inside the house, just doing a few band pull-aparts. I do some pass-throughs towards the back and then back towards the front. I do some overhead squatting with the band in that as well, and a few sort of lateral side raises with the band too, just really wanting to try to make sure I get my shoulders and traps warm and ready for supporting the weights that I'll be squatting underneath. I decided to just leave the video playing at normal speed. Don't worry, the warm-up parts that you're seeing are probably the longest parts. I've edited and cut out some of the other bits and pieces, like I mentioned earlier, with the ankle mobility stuff and some knees and hips and bits and pieces and back stuff. But yeah, I realise this is probably still going a bit longer. Once I start getting into the actual lifting, it moves a bit quicker, so probably, well, you won't have to hear me speaking for too much. So while it's just the barbell, I do a few overhead squats, just sets of 5 I'm pretty sure, and then just 5 behind the neck press. Again, just loosening up the shoulders. Once I start putting weight on the bar, I don't think I do any more presses. I just want to try to save the shoulders. They're pretty well warmed up and loosened, and so I just want to get into the lifting. And it's pretty much just 3 sets of everything except for that last set of 80 kilos with the overhead squat, basically. So yeah, I've kept all the sets and stuff in there for these movements. And this is the 3rd set. With the warm-up out of the way, this is still me warming up. So just a 5 kilo plate each side, so 30 kilos total, and just 5 and 5. I actually didn't realize that I did 5 presses. I thought I stopped after the barbell, but anyway. And the 2nd set. And this is the 3rd and last set at this weight. And at 40 kilos, I'm pretty sure I just do, just the squats. So there's no more pressing from this point on. Just sets of 5, 3 sets of 5 for each weight that I look to try to lift. And this is the 2nd set. I was just playing with a strict press then just to see if I could, and managed to get one out. So this is set 2. And this one is set 3. So again, just mucking around with the strict press to see if I could, and managed to get a sneaky strict press up. And now I'm just into the 1st set at 50 kilos. And the 2nd set. And this is the 3rd and final set at 50 kilos. And here's the 1st set at 60 kilos, so just 2 10 kilo plates either side. And the 2nd set at 60 kilos. And the 3rd and final set. And from here into my 1st set of 5 at 70 kilos, so just a 10 and a 15 kilo plate either side of the barbell. And set 2. This is the final set of 5 reps at 70 kilos, and after this it's just one set of 5 at 80. and this is the final set. Decided to look to try to do 5 reps at 80 kilos. I was actually thinking 3, and the third one felt okay, so I thought, yeah, okay, I'll push for a couple more reps, and managed to squeeze them out, so I was happy with that for the day anyway. And then to finish off, yeah, I enjoy trying to get in these reverse hypers or reverse hyper extensions. I really feel it for me in my lower back, and yeah, it feels nice. It's not, this is a hack homemade jobby. It's not a proper reverse hyper machine, but it does the job well enough anyway. So that was basically the first set done. This time I just leave the video on and it records the second and third set. So this is the second set now. Then I do a few other bits and pieces of movements and stuff around just for my hips and my back, and a little bit of stretching and stuff in between, and then I jump into the third set. So just did sets of 15 when it comes to doing the reverse hypers. And yeah, I just, like I said, I tried to incorporate these, especially I usually try to incorporate these after any sort of squatting and or deadlifting. Sometimes I'll use them as a warm-up as well, just depends. So my back has been feeling really good and healthy, so yeah, I just want to try to keep it that way for as long as I can. I've had a good run of luck. There you go, there's famous last words. But hopefully all going well, and as long as I don't get too greedy with stuff, then hopefully my back can keep feeling good and healthy for as long as it can. But anyway, if you're stuck around this long, if you're still here, appreciate you, Thank you for your time, your support, your energy. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're seeing some differences with the video footage. Anybody going through any challenges, difficulties, hard times, just keep turning up, stay in the fight. I promise you it gets better. Know that the sun will shine again and better days are ahead. There was a light at the end of that tunnel. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and know that those better days are closer than you think. So as always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, YouTube post or milestone, there's a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation and gratitude for you all.